Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Primal Al here. Just got in from my workout, early morning workout, and feeling pretty great. But it's inspired me to bring you a blog today on something I see really quite regularly at the gym, also when discussing case histories with patients and so on. And that's how people aren't training effectively for what they need. And it's probably the most important thing in the gym in terms of thinking about how you're going to train. Most people don't actually give their programs much thought or the exercises they're doing. And give you a bit of an idea, a common question I'm asked is, so what do you train for? Because I train 5 times a week. And people said, oh, so what sport, and quite frankly, nowadays, nothing. I train for health and I train for stability and strength. So I suppose a way to describe that is I train to be the strongest osteopath I can be. Why? Because I spend approximately 8 hours a day bent over a couch treating patients who can weigh as much as 20 plus stone, cage fighters, rugby players and so on. So I physically have to be very strong. Now, if I go in, and I'll give you an idea, I'm 12 stone 8, 12 stone 9. So if I go into the gym and I just do cardio the whole time, or I don't do any kind of strength training, and I don't do functional work, and by functional I mean applicable to my own career, my own job, so multi-planar movement, bent over positions, deadlift, squats, rotational movements. If I don't do those, I'm going to get injured, no two ways about it. But more regular than the occasional injury that could be down to a sudden bout of ill health, cold, flu, whatever. I'm talking regular injury, doing movements that every day I should be able to cope with. So to give you an idea, desk workers will often say to me, "Oh, why does my back keep going?" When I've been sitting at the desk, and then I get up to move and I bend over and my back seizes up. And we're talking more than once every couple of years or once every 3 or 4 years. We're talking every 3 or 4 months. So these are the patients that become my maintenance clients. Well, if you're not training to be the strongest desk worker or car driver you can be, then you're not having that carryover into your daily routine and into your daily life. So what you want to be focusing on if you sit at a desk is your postural strength. You want to be focusing on flexibility so that you keep mobile, so when you are sitting and you get up, you're able to move well. And if you find that you kind of tighten up a bit after sitting, then you need to have a good selection of stretches you can do for 2 to 3 minutes when you stand up, just to loosen up and make sure you don't seize up and then go and try and pick something up off the floor or reach into the back of the fridge or something like that, and your back twinges. And it's really common sense. And a lot of people, when you start explaining how I train in relation to my job and how they should be trained in relation to theirs, they start to see the point. If you're spending 8 hours a day at a desk, running is not your number one, or should not be your number one aspect. Running can be good and it can be fun for people, like cycling and so on, but it's not going to bring you the strength you specifically need. Another example, take someone who is a mother, a housewife or house husband, looks after their children a lot. You need to be strong enough, maybe if you do a lot of laundry, to be able to bend down and pick up a large, heavy, wet clothing laden laundry basket. Now, I'll say maybe 6-10K. I mean, depending on how full you make it, it could be 15K. Now, I know a lot of females and males actually, but specifically females, that aren't able to bend down with good form and squat or deadlift 10 kilograms without fatiguing and losing form. So if that's the case, then that's someone needing to do strength and exercises relating to their own job and their own work. So the one thing I'm trying to get across with this is, have a look at your training program. Is it related to the movements that you do every day? Is it going to make you strong for what you do every day? And also, you need to get to a level that is in excess of what you need every day. So I may only get the odd 20 stone client, but I need to be able to deal with that kind of client when they come in, or a client who's specifically very tight in the muscles. I need to be able to be physically capable of moving those clients around. So it's all well and good that if I'm strong enough to deal with smaller clients than that most of the time, but what happens when that other client comes in? I can choose to not treat them, but that's not really an option. I like to try and help people when I can. So give it some thought. Training techniques by Paul Chek are a good place to start. Training and periodization by Tudor Bompa is another great person to look up their stuff if you're interested in getting any books. Obviously, speak to any highly qualified trainer that can talk to you about training technique, program design. Even if you just spend an hour or two with them and they go through the basics of what you should be thinking about for your own function. But if you do follow the primal patterns, if you do follow bend, squat, push, pull, lunge, twist, gait, then that is giving you a good foundation for most movement that we'll do in life. But remember, if you're sitting static, you're going to need to do a lot of postural work, a lot of postural strengthening work. So just a little pointer there. I hope it kind of makes you think about what you're doing for yourself at the gym or outside of the gym. Don't get bogged down with the machines and just doing cardio. It's not necessarily going to give you a strong back, and people make that mistake. So focus on it, strength training, and try and keep it balanced and work to that good form. I hope that has made you think a little bit, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.